I'm standing alone in my apartment at 9:47 p.m. on my 27th birthday. 47 cupcakes arranged on the table, playlist ready, beer in the cooler. I'd sent invitations 3 weeks ago to 23 people, family, co-workers, old college friends. Every single person confirmed they'd come. Not one person showed up, not one text, not one call. Just silence. Then my phone buzzes. Mom's message. Dad's 50. First birthday party. Saturday, at the Sterling Club. $1,700 per person. Venmo me by Thursday. No happy birthday. Nothing. I sit there among the untouched cupcakes, reading that text over and over. $1,700. Not even a question mark. Not even a please. Just a demand, with a payment deadline. I scroll up through my messages with Mom from this morning. I'd sent her a reminder about my party tonight at 7. She'd responded with a thumbs up emoji. That was it. Just a thumbs up. I open the family group chat. Mom, Dad, my older sister Amanda, and my younger brother Tyler have been going back and forth all evening about Dad's party. Venue options. Caterer recommendations. Who's bringing what? They've sent 42 messages in the last 3 hours. Nobody mentioned my birthday once. Not a single message. My chest feels tight. I walk to the kitchen and pour myself a beer from the cooler, then dump it down the sink. I don't want to drink alone on my birthday, surrounded by decorations meant for people who didn't care enough to show up. I check my work group chat next. My coworkers are posting photos from Riley's Tavern downtown. I recognize 6 people in those photos. 6 people who personally told me they'd be at my party tonight. Jessica from accounting sent me a message yesterday. Can't wait for tomorrow night, Francis. Wouldn't miss it. She's in 3 of those bar photos, laughing with her arm around someone from sales. Then I check Instagram. My college roommate Brad posted stories from a house party across town. I count 8 mutual friends in those stories. 8 people who confirmed they'd come tonight. One of them, Sarah, even asked if she could bring her new boyfriend. I said yes. Neither of them came. I walk back to the table and look at the cupcakes. Vanilla with chocolate frosting. My favorite, since I was a kid. I'd spent 2 hours yesterday making them from scratch, because store-bought never tastes the same. Each one has a little decorative swirl on top. Professional looking. I'd been proud of them. My phone rings. Mom. It's 11:30 at night. I almost don't answer, but something makes me pick up. Hey, Mom. Francis, why are you calling me so late? Her voice is annoyed, distracted. I didn't call you. You called me. Oh. Well, did you get my message about your father's party? I need everyone's payments by Thursday so I can finalize the head count with the venue. I close my eyes. Mom, it's my birthday. Silence. Then, oh, sweetie, I know. Happy birthday. Listen, we thought you'd understand. Your father's 50. First is a real milestone. It's important. Your birthday happens every year. This is special. You said you'd come tonight. You all said you'd come. Francis, we've been planning your father's party for weeks. You know how much work goes into these things. Besides, 27 isn't exactly a milestone birthday. When you turn 30, we'll do something nice. I have to go. Your father needs help with the guest list. Don't forget to Venmo me by Thursday. She hangs up before I can respond. I stand there holding my phone, feeling something cold settle in my stomach. It's not just hurt anymore. It's something else, something sharper. I open my banking app. I need to see if I can even afford $1,700. My checking account shows $912. My rent is due in 5 days, $1,800. I'd been planning to transfer money from my savings to cover it, like I do every month. Then I see something that makes my blood stop. 2 days ago, there was a withdrawal from my joint account with my parents, $4,000. I scroll through the transaction history. The account was opened 3 years ago when my parents hit a financial crisis. I was 24, fresh out of college, working my first real job. They needed help. They were going to lose their house. I opened a joint account where I'd deposit $500 every month to help them get back on their feet. They promised they'd pay me back when things got better. The account now has $73 left. I check my messages with Dad from 6 months ago. He'd asked me to keep depositing money. Things were still tight, he said. Just a few more months. I'd said yes because that's what you do for family. You help. I add up all my deposits over 3 years. $18,000. Plus this $4,000 withdrawal. $22,000 I've given to my parents. Money I earned working 50-hour weeks at a marketing firm that pays me $48,000 a year. Money I saved by living in a cramped apartment and driving a 15-year-old car and never taking vacations. I look at that Venmo request again. $1,700. For a party I wasn't even invited to until after they needed my money. A party on a day they knew I'd be free because they'd promised to come to mine. I sit down on my couch. The cupcakes are getting dry. The ice in the cooler is melting. My apartment smells like vanilla frosting and disappointment. Then something in me shifts. I'm done. I'm done being the middle child who gets forgotten. I'm done being the responsible one who helps everyone else while they treat me like an afterthought. I'm done being the one who always understands. I open my banking app and stare at that joint account. My name is listed first. Primary account holder. I'd set it up that way so I could monitor the deposits and make sure the money was being used right, which means legally, I have full control. My hands are shaking, but not from fear, from something else, something that feels like power. Sunday morning, I wake up at 7 with absolute clarity. I shower, get dressed, and drive to my bank. They open at 9. I'm waiting in the parking lot at 8:45. When the doors unlock, I walk straight to a customer service desk. The representative, a woman named Dorothy, asks how she can help me. I need to close a joint account, I say. She pulls up my information. The one ending in 4792? Yes. I see you're listed as the primary account holder. You can close this without the secondary holders present. The remaining balance is $73. Would you like that transferred or as a check? Transfer it to my checking account. She processes the closure in 6 minutes. It's done. The account that my parents have been draining for 3 years no longer exists. I walk out of that bank feeling like I just reclaimed a piece of myself. In my car, I open Venmo. I find Dad's profile and send him exactly $2. In the notes section, I type, "Congratulations on 51 years." Then I screenshot everything. The closed account confirmation, the transaction history showing the $4,000 withdrawal, my text messages with Mom from last night, the family group chat where nobody mentioned my birthday. I save it all in a folder on my phone labeled Evidence. Next stop, hardware store. I buy a new deadbolt lock and handle set, $68. Back at my apartment, I watch 3 YouTube tutorials and install it myself. It takes an hour and a half, but when I'm done, the old keys my parents have won't work anymore. Test it 4 times. Lock, unlock, lock, unlock. Perfect. Then I start blocking numbers. Mom, Dad, Amanda, Tyler. One by one, they disappear from my contacts. I don't hesitate. Each tap feels like freedom. Monday morning, I go to work like nothing happened. I'm a project coordinator at a mid-size marketing firm called Apex Solutions. I've worked here for 4 years. I'm good at my job, reliable. The person who stays late when deadlines are tight. The one who never complains. At 10:30, my boss Patricia calls me into her office. She's 46, sharp, professional. We have a good working relationship. She's always been fair with me. "Francis, sit down." Her voice is careful. "I heard something, and I wanted to check in with you. Are you okay?" "I'm fine." "Why?" "Someone mentioned that your birthday party this weekend didn't go well, that nobody came. Is that true?" My face gets hot. "Who said that?" "It doesn't matter. I just want to make sure you're doing all right." That sounds really difficult. I realize what happened. My coworkers aren't just gossiping about me. They're concerned. Or worse, they think I'm pathetic. The guy whose own family and friends ditched him on his birthday. "I'm fine, Patricia. It was a misunderstanding. Thanks for checking." She doesn't look convinced, but she lets me go back to my desk. I can feel people watching me all day, whispering. I put my headphones on and focus on spreadsheets until my eyes hurt. Tuesday at lunch, I eat alone in my car. I used to eat with Jessica and a few others in the break room, but I can't face them right now. I don't want their pity or their questions. Wednesday morning starts with text messages, lots of them. Except these aren't from blocked numbers. These are from extended family. My Aunt Carol, my Uncle Raymond, my cousin Stephanie, people I see once or twice a year at holidays. Aunt Carol. Francis, I can't believe you'd treat your parents this way. They've done everything for you, and this is how you repay them. Uncle Raymond. Your mother called me crying. What kind of son abandons his family over money? Shame on you. Cousin Stephanie. I always thought you were better than this. Guess I was wrong. There are 17 messages total, all saying the same thing, all condemning me for being selfish, disrespectful, cruel. I realize my parents have mobilized the entire family against me. They've told their version of the story, the version where I'm the villain. Wednesday evening, I'm making dinner when I hear something slide under my apartment door. I walk over and find an envelope on the floor. No stamp, no address. Someone hand-delivered it. Inside is a letter. Handwritten. From Dad. Francis. It starts. I don't know what's happened to you, but your mother and I are deeply disappointed. You've always been the difficult one, even as a child. Remember when you were 8 and refused to share your birthday cake with your sister because you said it was your day? We thought you'd grown out of that selfishness. Clearly, we were wrong. Family is supposed to support each other. We supported you through college. We gave you a roof over your head. We loved you when you made it very hard to love you. And this is how you thank us? By stealing money that was meant to help us in our time of need? Your mother is heartbroken. Your sister is furious. Your brother doesn't understand why you'd do this. We're having a very hard time financially right now, and you've made it so much worse. I hope you can live with yourself. I hope you realize what you're throwing away. Family is forever, Francis. You can't just walk away from us. Dad. I read it 3 times. Each time, I feel that familiar guilt trying to creep in. The guilt they've trained into me since childhood. The guilt that says I'm wrong, I'm selfish, I'm the problem. But then I remember sitting alone with 47 cupcakes. I remember that Venmo request. I remember $18,000 I'll never get back. I tear the letter into small pieces and throw it away. Thursday, my landlord calls. Walter. He's 63, owns 4 buildings in the area. I've rented from him for 3 years and never missed a payment. Never been late. Never caused problems. Francis, hey. Just calling to check in. Everything okay with you? Yeah, Walter. Why? I got a call yesterday from someone claiming to be your mother. She said you were having some kind of crisis, said you might be behind on rent and having some mental health issues. I told her you've never been late once, but she seemed pretty insistent that I should check on you. Is there something going on I should know about? My hands clench around my phone. No, Walter. I'm fine. My rent is never late. I'll have it to you on Friday like always. My family and I are having a disagreement, and they're trying to interfere in my life. Please don't listen to anything they say. Understood. Just wanted to make sure. You're a good tenant, Francis. Let me know if you need anything. Friday afternoon, I leave work at 5 and walk to my car. Except my car isn't there. My parking spot is empty. I call the apartment complex security. They tell me my car was towed this morning. Someone reported it as abandoned. I ask who. They can't tell me. Privacy reasons. I call the towing company. They're located 8 miles away. I take an Uber. The ride costs $16. At the tow yard, they tell me the fee is $380, cash or card. I pay with my card, watching my checking account dip down to $532. I drive home shaking with anger. That evening, I get an email from Derek Thompson, attorney at law, Amanda's husband, the golden son-in-law, Harvard-educated, partner at some downtown firm, the guy who always makes me feel small at family gatherings. Francis, the email reads, It has come to my attention that you have engaged in elder financial abuse against your parents, Lawrence and Diane. You have stolen funds from a joint account and have cut off communication in a way that constitutes emotional abuse. This letter serves as formal notice that if you do not return the full amount of $4,000 to your parents within 7 days and issue a formal apology, we will be pursuing legal action against you. I have advised your parents that they have a strong case for financial exploitation and emotional distress. I suggest you take this matter seriously. Regards, Derek Thompson, Esquire. I forward the email to my personal account and add it to my evidence folder. Friday night, I try to distract myself with Netflix. My password doesn't work. I try to reset it. The email address on file has been changed. Someone hacked my account. I check Spotify. Same thing. My gym membership portal. Same thing. They knew my passwords. I'd used the same one for years. Something easy to remember. My childhood dog's name plus my birth year. They'd watched me type it 100 times at family gatherings when I'd pull up music or show them something on my phone. I spend 2 hours resetting passwords and securing accounts. By midnight, I'm exhausted. Saturday morning at 6:47, someone pounds on my door. Hard, aggressive. I jump out of bed, heart racing. Through the peephole, I see 2 police officers. I unlock the door, keeping the chain on. Yes, Francis Harper? That's me. Sir, we received a missing person report filed by your parents. They claim they haven't heard from you in several days and are concerned for your welfare. We need to verify that you're safe. I close my eyes. I'm safe. My family and I are having a disagreement. I've chosen to cut contact with them. I'm not missing. The officers look at each other. The younger one says, "Sir, can you step outside so we can verify your identity?" I open the door fully. I'm wearing sweatpants and an old college shirt. My hair is a mess. I probably look exactly like someone having a breakdown. They check my ID, ask me a few questions. Where I work, how long I've lived here. If I'm feeling okay, if I've had any thoughts of hurting myself or others. I'm fine, I keep saying. This is just a family dispute. I'm not missing. I'm not in danger. They're harassing me because I set boundaries. The older officer, a guy with gray hair and tired eyes, nods. We're going to document that you're safe and close the report. But I'm going to be honest with you, son. Your family seems really worried. You might want to sort this out before it escalates further. These things have a way of getting worse. They leave. I close the door and lock it. When I turn around, I see my neighbor across the hall. Ruth. She's 71, lives alone, always says hello in the hallway. Right now, she's standing in her doorway in her bathrobe, watching me with this look, concern mixed with judgment, like she's wondering what kind of person has police show up at their door on a Saturday morning. "Everything okay, Francis?" she asks. "Everything's fine, Ruth. Just a family misunderstanding." She nods slowly, but I can tell she doesn't believe me. She goes back inside, and I hear her lock click. I lean against my door and slide down to the floor. This is what they wanted. They wanted me to look unstable. They wanted other people to see me as the problem. And it's working. Saturday afternoon, I try to leave my apartment. I need groceries. I need to feel normal. I drive to Target and walk through the automatic doors into the bright fluorescent lighting and the weekend crowd. I'm in the produce section, putting apples in a bag, when I hear my name, Francis. I turn around. It's my Aunt Carol, Mom's older sister. She's pushing a cart full of groceries, and her face is twisted with anger. "I cannot believe you," she says, loud enough that people nearby turn to look. "Do you know what you've done to your mother? She called me sobbing yesterday." "Sobbing, Francis, because of you." "Aunt Carol, you don't understand the situation." "I understand perfectly. You stole money from your parents. You abandoned them. They're good people who don't deserve a son like you." People are staring now. A woman with 2 kids. An elderly man. A Target employee in a red shirt. "That's not what happened," I say quietly. "Then why don't you explain it to me? Why don't you tell me why you'd treat your family this way?" "I can't do this. Not here. Not in front of strangers. I abandon my cart and walk out of the store. I sit in my car for 20 minutes before I can calm down enough to drive home. That evening, I order delivery. Pizza from a place 3 blocks away. It should take 30 minutes. After 45 minutes, I call them. Your order was picked up, the guy on the phone says. By who? I'm still waiting. Someone came to the building entrance and said they were you. We gave them the pizza. I didn't authorize anyone else to pick it up. Sir, I don't know what to tell you. The order was picked up and signed for. We can't refund it. I'm out $42 and I have no dinner. I make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and eat them standing at my kitchen counter. Sunday, I decide to go to a movie. Something mindless. An action film where things blow up and nobody asks me questions about my family. I sit in the dark theater and try to lose myself in car chases and explosions. My phone vibrates in my pocket. Again. I forgot to silence it. After the movie, I check. 32 missed calls from a number I don't recognize. I Google it. It's my parents' landline. I'd forgotten to block it because they never use it. I block it now. Sunday evening, I get an email from my car insurance company. Suspicious activity alert. Someone attempted to cancel your policy today claiming to be you. We flagged this as potential fraud. Please verify your identity by visiting our office in person with valid ID within 48 hours to ensure your policy remains active. Monday morning, I'm at the insurance office at 8 when they open. I show them my license, sign paperwork, verify everything. It takes an hour. I get to work late. Patricia is waiting by my desk. Francis, can you come with me? We walk to her office. She closes the door. On her computer screen is an email. She turns the monitor so I can read it. This was sent to our entire leadership team over the weekend, including the CEO. I need you to read it and then we need to talk. The email is long. It's from an anonymous Gmail account, but I recognize the writing style immediately. Amanda, to whom it may concern. I am writing out of genuine concern for an employee of your company, Francis Harper. While I cannot identify myself for privacy reasons, I feel obligated to inform you of troubling behavior that may affect his work performance and could potentially pose a risk to your workplace environment. Francis has recently exhibited signs of significant mental instability, including erratic behavior, social isolation, and concerning statements about his family and friends. He recently hosted a gathering where he displayed paranoid tendencies and has since cut off all communication with his support network. His family is deeply worried about his mental state and his ability to fulfill his work responsibilities. He has been making irrational financial decisions and has shown signs of possible dissociative episodes. While I hope this information is not indicative of a larger problem, I felt it was important that his employers be aware of the situation. His family has attempted interventions, but he has refused all help. Thank you for your attention to this sensitive matter. I look at Patricia. This is from my sister. Everything in this email is a lie. My family is harassing me because I set financial boundaries with them. I have documentation of everything. I believe you, Francis. But the executive team doesn't know you like I do. They're concerned about liability. Someone sent this to the CEO's personal email. They're taking it seriously. What does that mean? She looks uncomfortable. They want to put you on paid administrative leave for 2 weeks while they investigate the claims. I argued against it. I told them you're one of our most reliable people, but they're worried about the optics. If something happened and they'd been warned, I'm being punished for being harassed. I know. I'm sorry. Go home. Take the 2 weeks. The pay will be in your account like normal. When you come back, this will be resolved and we can move forward. But Francis, you might want to consider documenting all of this. Maybe talking to a lawyer. I walk out of that office feeling like the ground is disappearing beneath my feet. I pack up my desk while people pretend not to watch. Jessica from accounting tries to catch my eye. I ignore her. In my car, I realize they've won. They've taken my work, my routine, my normal life. I can't go to Target without being ambushed. I can't order food without someone stealing it. I can't exist in peace. Monday afternoon, my phone rings. Unknown number. I almost don't answer, but I do. Francis? It's Marcus, my best friend from childhood. We grew up 3 houses apart. We used to ride bikes together every summer until dark. Marcus, how'd you get this number? I'm still in your contacts, man. Listen, your mom called my mom. She asked my mom to ask me to call you. She says you're going through something and they're worried about you. And what did you say? Silence. Then, Francis, I don't know what's going on. Your mom seems really upset. She says you took money from them and won't talk to them. Is that true? That's not the whole story. Then tell me the whole story. I'm so tired. Marcus, they've been taking money from me for 3 years. I've given them $18,000. They took $4,000 more without asking. Then they demanded I pay $1,700 for my dad's birthday party on the same day they all ditched my birthday. When I said no and closed the account, they launched a campaign to destroy my life. They got me put on leave from work. They're harassing me everywhere I go. They filed a false police report, and now they're recruiting everyone I know to pressure me into giving up. More silence. That's heavy, man. Yeah. I don't know whose side to take here. Those words hit harder than I expected. Then don't take a side. But don't call me again because they told you to. I hang up. Monday evening, someone calls my gym and cancels my membership. I find out Tuesday when I try to check in and my card doesn't scan. The desk guy tells me the account was closed yesterday by phone. I have to fill out paperwork to restart it and pay a reinstatement fee. Tuesday afternoon, I'm sitting on my couch, staring at the wall when I hear something outside my door. Voices. I look through the peephole. My father and my brother Tyler are standing in the hallway. Dad is trying to put a key in my lock. The old key. It doesn't work because I changed the locks. I grab my phone and start recording. I don't understand, Dad is saying. This key should work. Maybe he changed the locks, Tyler says. Why would he change the locks? We're his family. We have a right to check on him. They try the key again. It won't turn. Francis, Dad shouts. Francis, we know you're in there. Open this door right now. I don't move. Don't breathe. This is ridiculous, Dad continues. We're worried about you, son. Your mother is sick with worry. You can't just cut us off like this. We're your family. Tyler's voice is quieter. Dad, maybe we should just go. No. He needs to know we're not going anywhere. Francis, you can ignore us all you want, but we're not giving up on you. We love you. Even when you act like this, they stand there for another 5 minutes, talking loudly about how worried they are, how they might need to call the police for another wellness check, how they might need to contact the apartment management about getting access to check on me. Finally, they leave. I'm shaking. I save the recording to my evidence folder. 10 minutes later, there's a notice taped to my door. From building management. Dear resident, we have received complaints regarding concerning behavior from your unit. As per your lease agreement, Section 12.4, we require access to your apartment for a health and safety inspection within 72 hours. Please contact the office to schedule an appointment. Failure to comply may result in lease violation proceedings. Janet Morrison, property manager. I read it 4 times. They're not just attacking me anymore. They're trying to make me lose my home. Tuesday evening, I sit at my kitchen table with my laptop and make a list of everything that's happened. Every attack, every manipulation, every lie. It's 3 pages long. Then I search for lawyers in my area who specialize in family law and harassment. I find 5 firms. I email all of them explaining my situation and asking for consultations. Wednesday morning, I wake up to my phone exploding with notifications. Not calls. Texts from numbers I don't recognize. Dozens of them. Your family loves you. Why are you doing this to them? You should be ashamed of yourself. Money isn't more important than family. Your parents don't deserve this treatment. I'm praying for your soul. I count them. 57 messages from unknown numbers. My parents have given my number to everyone they know. Extended family. Friends from their church. Neighbors. They're conducting a mass harassment campaign. I turn my phone off. Wednesday at 10:30, there's a knock on my door. I check the peephole. It's Janet, the property manager. She's holding a clipboard. I take a breath and open the door. Hi, Francis. Thanks for being home. This won't take long. Just need to do a routine inspection per the notice. I let her in. My apartment is a mess. Not dirty, just lived in. Dishes in the sink. Laundry on the couch. Bed unmade. I've been too stressed to keep up with cleaning. Janet walks through slowly, making notes. She checks the bathroom, the bedroom, the kitchen. She's professional but thorough. Francis, I have to be honest with you. We've received some concerning complaints about this unit. What kind of complaints? Noise complaints. Claims that you might be subletting without permission. Reports from neighbors about suspicious activity. I don't see any evidence of subletting, and the unit is in acceptable condition. Just maybe needs some tidying. But I need to ask, is everything okay with you? I decide to be direct. Janet, my family and I are having a serious conflict. I've cut contact with them, and they're trying to interfere in every aspect of my life. They've called my work. They've filed false police reports. Now they're calling you. None of it is true. I've lived here 3 years. I've never been late on rent. Never had a noise complaint. Never caused problems. You can check my record. She nods slowly. Your record is spotless, Francis. That's why these complaints seemed odd. I wanted to see for myself. To be honest, I think someone is trying to cause you trouble. They are. And I'd really appreciate it if you'd ignore anything my family says going forward. If you need to verify anything about me, ask me directly. I can do that. But Francis, you might want to consider handling this situation before it gets worse. People can be very persistent. After she leaves, I sit on my couch feeling like I passed some kind of test. But I know this isn't over. They'll find another angle, another way to attack. Wednesday afternoon, I get a response from one of the lawyers, Gordon Hayes. His email is brief. Your situation sounds serious. I have an opening tomorrow at 2 p.m. if you'd like to discuss. Initial consultation is free. Let me know. I email back immediately. I'll be there. Thursday morning, I turn my phone back on. 83 more messages from unknown numbers. I don't read them. I turn off message notifications entirely. I shower, shave, put on my best suit. The charcoal one I wear to important meetings. I want to look put together, stable, like someone who has their life under control, even though I feel like I'm drowning. Gordon Hayes' office is downtown in a mid-rise building. The lobby is clean but not fancy. Working-class law. I take the elevator to the 4th floor. Gordon is exactly what I expected. Late 50s. Gray hair. Wireframe glasses. He's wearing a dress shirt with the sleeves rolled up. His office is packed with file boxes and law books. This is a man who works. Francis Harper? He shakes my hand. His grip is firm. That's me. Thanks for seeing me on short notice. Sit down. Tell me what's going on. I spend 45 minutes walking him through everything. The birthday party, the Venmo request, the joint account, the harassment, the police reports, the work situation, the apartment inspection. I show him my evidence folder, every screenshot, every recording, every document. Gordon listens without interrupting. He takes notes on a legal pad. When I finish, he sits back and removes his glasses. Francis, your family is engaging in what we call a coordinated harassment campaign. Some of what they're doing could be considered criminal. The false police reports, the identity theft attempts with the credit card, and your accounts, the workplace interference. The conservatorship angle your brother mentioned is particularly concerning. That's a serious legal action that, if successful, would strip you of your financial autonomy. Can they actually do that? It's difficult, but not impossible. They'd need to prove you're incapable of managing your own affairs. The police wellness checks, the work situation, the complaints to your landlord. If they can stack enough evidence that you're unstable, they might convince a judge to grant a temporary conservatorship. Then they'd have access to everything. Your bank accounts, your assets, your medical decisions. My stomach drops. So what do? We fight back, hard. We file for restraining orders against all of them. We send cease and desist letters from this office. which carries more weight than anything you could send. We document everything and prepare for the possibility of counter-legal action. If they want to play in the legal system, we make sure you're protected. How much will this cost? My retainer is normally $2,000, but I'm willing to work with you. $500 now, the rest in payments over 6 months. I don't like bullies, Francis. And your family are bullies with access to a lawyer. That makes them dangerous. I pull out my debit card. Let's do it. Gordon has me sign paperwork. Engagement letter, payment agreement, authorization forms. Then he starts making notes. I'm going to draft cease and desist letters tonight. They'll go out by certified mail tomorrow morning. 1 to each parent, 1 to your sister, 1 to her husband. The letters will detail every action they've taken, warn them that continued contact constitutes harassment, and inform them that we're prepared to pursue criminal charges for filing false reports and identity theft if they continue. Will it stop them? It should. Most people back off when they realize the other side has legal representation. But your family seems particularly determined. So we prepare for escalation while hoping for de-escalation. I leave Gordon's office feeling something I haven't felt in 2 weeks. Hope. Thursday evening, I get a call from my work. It's Robert, from HR. Francis, good news. Our investigation is complete. We traced the anonymous email to an IP address outside the company network. Combined with your documentation of the family harassment, we're satisfied that this was a malicious external attack. You're cleared to return to work Monday. We're sorry for the disruption. Thank you, Robert. I appreciate you taking the time to investigate properly. One more thing. We're considering pursuing legal action against whoever sent that email. It was sent to our CEO's personal email address, which suggests someone did research on our company structure. That's concerning from a security standpoint. Would you be willing to provide information about who you believe sent it? My lawyer will be in touch. Friday is quiet. Too quiet. I keep waiting for the next attack, but nothing happens. I check my phone obsessively. No messages, no calls, no emails. Friday afternoon, I get a notification that the certified letters have been delivered and signed for. My parents signed for theirs at 3:18 p.m. Amanda signed for hers at 3:42 p.m. Derek signed for his at 4:05 p.m. Now we wait. Saturday morning, I sleep until 9. The first decent sleep I've had in 2 weeks. I wake up feeling almost normal. I make coffee. I clean my apartment properly for the first time since this started. I do laundry. I vacuum. I wash dishes. Small acts of normalcy that make me feel human again. At 11:30, my doorbell rings. I check the peephole. It's Tyler. Just Tyler. No parents. No one else. He looks terrible. His hair is messy. His eyes are red. He's wearing a wrinkled shirt and jeans. I debate not answering. But something about the way he's standing there, slumped and alone, makes me open the door. I keep the chain lock on. Tyler. Francis, can I come in? I'm not here for them. I swear. I'm here for me. I study his face. He looks scared. Not angry. Not aggressive. Just scared. I close the door, remove the chain, and let him in. Tyler sits on my couch. He puts his head in his hands. You want water or something? I ask. No. I just need to talk. I sit in the chair across from him. I don't say anything. I wait. Dad's party was this morning, Tyler says. They moved it up, probably because they knew those legal letters were coming. Mom called everyone and said it was urgent we have it today. How'd it go? It was a disaster. They needed 50 people to pay $1,700 each to meet the venue's minimum spend, $35,000 total. Only 12 people showed up. 12. Most people couldn't afford it, or wouldn't pay it, or didn't want to come. Mom and Dad don't have the money. They thought they'd get enough people to cover it. They didn't. Amanda and Derek refused to pay the difference. The venue is threatening to sue them. I don't feel satisfaction. I just feel tired. That's not my problem anymore. I know it's not. But Francis, that's not why I'm here. Tyler looks up at me. His eyes are wet. I've been recording things. Conversations with Mom and Dad and Amanda. I didn't know what they were planning until I heard them talking about the conservatorship. What? Tyler pulls out his phone. I'm going to play you something. I recorded this 3 days ago. They didn't know I was listening. He presses play. It's Amanda's voice, clear and cold. Once we get control of his money through the conservatorship, we can pay off the venue, handle the car payments, and deal with the credit card debt. He won't even know. We'll just tell the judge we're managing his finances for his own good because he's clearly not capable. Then Mom's voice. Are you sure this will work? What if he fights it? Derek's voice. We have documentation, the police wellness checks, the work situation, the apartment complaints. We can build a case that he's having a mental breakdown and can't care for himself. The judge won't give him a full hearing. It'll be a temporary order just to stabilize the situation. By the time he can challenge it, we'll have had months of access. Dad's voice. How much does Francis have in his accounts? Amanda. I saw his bank statement on his computer last Christmas when I borrowed it. At least $40,000 in savings. That's more than enough to solve our immediate problems. The recording stops. I sit there, frozen. Tyler is crying now. I thought it was just family drama, Tyler says. Just typical sibling and parent stuff. Then I heard that, and I realized what they were really doing. They were never worried about you. They just wanted your money. They were willing to destroy your life to get it. Why are you telling me this? Because it's wrong. Because I can't be part of a family that would do this to someone. Because you're my brother. And even though I haven't always been there for you, I can't let this happen. He holds out his phone. You can have this. The recordings. All of them. There are 4 more conversations just like that one. Use them however you need to. I'm done with them. I take the phone. What are you going to do? I'm moving out. I found a place. A studio apartment on the east side. I got a job at a coffee roasting company. It doesn't pay much, but it's enough. I can't live with them anymore, knowing what they are. Tyler, you don't have to do this. Yeah, I do. I'm 23 years old. It's time I grew up. You did it at 18. I should have done it years ago. He stands up. I'm sorry, Francis, for not showing up to your birthday, for not standing up for you sooner, for being too scared to see what was really happening. I'm sorry. He walks to the door. Before he leaves, he turns back. For what it's worth, you were right to cut them off. They're not good people. I just wish I'd figured that out sooner. After he leaves, I sit on my couch with his phone in my hands. I play the recordings again. All 5 of them. Each one is more damning than the last. Detailed plans. Explicit admissions. A conspiracy to commit fraud. I have them. I actually have them. Saturday afternoon, I call Gordon Hayes. He answers on the 2nd ring. Francis, I wasn't expecting to hear from you this weekend. What's going on? My brother just gave me recordings. My family planning the conservatorship, admitting they want access to my money, talking about how they'll manipulate the system. Everything. Silence. Then, send them to me. Now. Encrypted email if possible. I send the files through a secure file transfer. Gordon calls me back 10 minutes later. This changes everything. This is evidence of conspiracy to commit fraud, attempted exploitation, and potentially criminal harassment. With these recordings, you're not just defending yourself anymore. You're in a position of strength. What do I do? That depends on what you want. We can pursue criminal charges. We can use this to guarantee restraining orders. We can make sure they never get near a conservatorship petition. But Francis, I need to ask you something. What do you actually want to happen here? Revenge or peace? I think about it. I think about my parents' faces, Amanda's cold calculation, the years of being overlooked and used. I think about how good it would feel to watch them face consequences, but then I think about sitting alone with those cupcakes. I think about the person I was before all this started. I think about who I want to be on the other side. Peace, I say. I just want peace. I want them to leave me alone forever. Then we use this as leverage. We draft a settlement agreement. They agree to 0 contact. They stop interfering in your life. They acknowledge in writing that the money from the joint account was yours, and they agree not to pursue any legal action against you. If they violate any of these terms, we pursue criminal charges with this evidence. It's a clean end that protects you completely. Sunday. I don't leave my apartment. I clean again. I organize. I throw away old things I don't need. I'm shedding weight, both physical and emotional. I make a list of everyone who showed up for me during this crisis. Gordon Hayes, my lawyer. Tyler, eventually. Ruth, my neighbor, who I later learned left groceries outside my door during the worst of it. Patricia, my boss, who believed me. That's it. 4 people, and that's okay. 4 real people are better than 23 fake ones. Monday morning, I get ready for work, like I'm preparing for battle. I wear my best suit. I style my hair. I practice confident posture in the mirror. I am not a victim. I am not unstable. I am a person who was attacked and survived. I walk into Apex Solutions at 8:45. People stare. I smile at them. I say good morning. I act like nothing happened. At my desk, there's a note from Patricia. Welcome back. Coffee later? I respond. Absolutely. The day is strange. People are careful around me. They don't ask questions. They don't mention the last 2 weeks. But slowly, things normalize. I have work to catch up on, projects that moved forward without me. I dive in and focus. At lunch, Patricia and I get coffee from the place across the street. How are you really? She asks. I'm okay. It was hard, but I had good legal help, and it's resolving. What happened? If you're comfortable sharing, I tell her the short version. Family financial issues, boundaries set, retaliation, legal intervention, peace agreement in progress. She listens. Then she says, Francis, I've worked with you for 4 years. You're one of the most reliable people I know. Whatever your family tried to paint you as, I never believed it. I just want you to know that. It means more than I can say. Tuesday, Gordon calls. They've agreed to all terms. Your parents, Amanda, and Derek have all signed the settlement agreement. It's done. You're protected. If they contact you in any way, we pursue criminal charges with the recordings as evidence. They know this. They're scared. It's over. I don't feel triumphant. I feel relieved. Like I've been holding my breath for 3 weeks and can finally exhale. Thank you, Gordon, for everything. You did the hard part, Francis. You stood up for yourself. That takes courage. 2 weeks later, Tyler and I meet for coffee. He looks better. Tired, but better. He's working 40 hours a week at the roasting company. His apartment is small, but it's his. He's learning what it means to be independent. How are Mom and Dad? I ask, even though I'm not sure I want to know. Not good. They're getting divorced. The debt is too much. They can't afford the venue lawsuit and all their other bills. Amanda cut them off completely. She's mad they made her look bad with Derek's law partners. Everything's falling apart for them. And you? I'm okay. It's hard, but it's honest. I'm not propping up their dysfunction anymore. Neither are you. Maybe that's what they needed, to face the consequences of their choices. 1 month later, I throw myself another birthday party. A month late, but that's okay. I invite 7 people. Marcus, who apologized profusely and promised to never let someone else dictate his friendships again. Patricia, who's become more than just a boss. Gordon, who's become an unexpected friend. Ruth, my neighbor, who brought me groceries during the worst of it. Tyler, who chose courage over comfort. Jessica from work, who reached out and apologized for the gossip. And Brad, my college roommate, who finally heard my side of the story and felt terrible for believing Amanda's lies. 7 people. All of them show up. All of them bring gifts. All of them genuinely care. We eat cupcakes, play music, laugh. It's simple and perfect. 3 months later, I get a promotion at work. Senior project coordinator, 15% raise. Patricia tells me the crisis actually showed my resilience and character to leadership. Sometimes being tested reveals who you really are. I'm sitting in my apartment on a random Wednesday evening when my phone buzzes. Unknown number. A text message. Francis, it's Mom. I'm texting from a new phone. Your father and I are getting divorced. The venue is suing us. Everything is falling apart. I just thought you should know. We made mistakes. I can see that now. I'm sorry we didn't come to your birthday. I'm sorry for everything. I hope someday you can forgive us. Mom. I read it 3 times. I feel that old familiar guilt trying to surface, the part of me that wants to fix things, to help, to be the responsible one who saves everyone. Then I remember sitting alone with 47 cupcakes. I remember the Venmo request. I remember the recordings of them planning to take control of my life. I delete the message without responding. That's not my problem anymore. That's not my family anymore. My family is Tyler, learning to stand on his own. My family is Gordon, who believed me when no one else did. My family is Ruth, who left groceries at my door. My family is the 7 people who showed up to my 2nd birthday party. Family isn't just blood. Family is the people who show up, literally and figuratively. Thursday afternoon, I'm at my desk when I get an email from building management. Janet Morrison. Francis, just wanted to let you know, your lease is up for renewal in 2 months. You've been an excellent tenant. We'd love to have you stay. Also, I want you to know that we've flagged your file. If anyone calls claiming to be family or claiming concern about you, we'll contact you directly rather than taking their word. You deserve that courtesy after what happened. Janet, small kindnesses. They matter more than people realize. Friday evening, Tyler texts me. Want to grab dinner tomorrow? We meet at a diner near his apartment. He's gained weight. Healthy weight. He's not living off whatever Mom cooked anymore. He's learning to take care of himself. I ran into Aunt Carol yesterday, he says over burgers. She asked about you. Asked if you'd come to your senses yet. I told her you were doing great and that maybe she should mind her own business. How'd that go over? She looked like I'd slapped her. But Francis, I'm done playing their games. I'm done pretending that what happened to you was okay. They were wrong. Period. That must be hard. They're still your family too. No. They're DNA. You're my family. There's a difference. I appreciate that more than he knows. 2 months later, I renew my lease. I'm staying in my apartment. This place that felt like a prison during the worst of it now feels like a fortress. A place that's mine. That I fought to keep. That I defended. I've also started seeing a therapist, Dr. Ellen Martinez. She's helping me process everything. The childhood dynamics that led to this. The patterns of behavior I accepted for too long. The guilt that kept me trapped. In one session, she asks, "What did you learn from all this?" I think about it. That people will treat you how you let them treat you. That setting boundaries isn't cruel, it's necessary. That family can be a beautiful thing, but it can also be a weapon. That you can't fix people who don't want to be fixed. That real love doesn't come with conditions or price tags. She smiles. That's good work, Francis. That's really good work. 4 months after my original birthday, I'm at a work happy hour. Jessica from accounting introduces me to her friend Lauren. We talk for 2 hours. She's funny and smart, and she actually listens when I talk. She asks for my number. I give it to her. On our first date, she asks about my family. I tell her the truth. All of it. The birthday party nobody came to. The Venmo request. The harassment. The legal fight. Everything. I expect her to be scared off. Instead, she says, "That must have been incredibly hard. I'm sorry you went through that, but I'm impressed by how you handled it. A lot of people would have just given in. I almost did. So many times. But you didn't. That says something about who you are." We date for 3 months before I introduce her to Tyler. They get along immediately. She sees what I see. A kid who made a brave choice and is building a better life because of it. 6 months after everything started, I get a letter in the mail. Not hand-delivered. Proper postage. Return address. I don't recognize. Inside is a card. It's from Marcus's mom, Mrs. Patterson. I haven't spoken to her since I was a kid. "Francis, I heard about what happened with your family. I'm so sorry. You were always such a sweet boy, and you deserved better. I just wanted you to know that you did the right thing. Standing up for yourself isn't selfish, it's survival. Your parents were good neighbors, but they weren't always good parents. Some of us saw that. I'm proud of you for finding your strength. Take care of yourself. Mrs. Patterson. I put the card on my refrigerator. 8 months later, I'm promoted again. Project manager. My own team. Real authority. Patricia tells me I've shown leadership qualities they value. The ability to make hard decisions, to stand firm when pressured, to protect myself and others. The irony isn't lost on me. The crisis that was meant to destroy me actually made me stronger. Tyler gets promoted too. Shift supervisor at the coffee roasting company. He's good at it. He's learning to lead, to be responsible, to be the person he was always capable of being. We have dinner once a week now. Sometimes Lauren joins us. We talk about work and life and everything except our parents. That part of our lives is closed, sealed, over. 1 year after my 27th birthday, I throw myself another party. My 28th. This time, I invite 15 people. My friend circle has grown. Lauren's friends, co-workers I've gotten close to. Gordon and his wife. Ruth from across the hall. Tyler and his new girlfriend. 15 people. All of them show up. All of them bring joy. Lauren baked the cupcakes this time. Vanilla with chocolate frosting. My favorite. She didn't know that when she made them. She just asked what I liked, and she listened. At midnight, after everyone leaves, I'm cleaning up with Lauren and Tyler. This was nice, Tyler says. Really nice. Nothing fancy, just real. That's the point, I say. Real is better than fancy. Lauren kisses my cheek. Happy birthday, Francis. For real this time. I look around my apartment, at the empty cupcake wrappers and the half-full beer bottles and the decorations that actually got used, at the people who showed up because they wanted to, not because they felt obligated. This is what family looks like. This is what love looks like. Not perfect, not fancy, not expensive, just real, just present, just enough. 14 months after everything started, I'm sitting in my apartment on a Saturday morning with coffee and the newspaper when my phone rings. Unknown number. I almost don't answer. But something makes me pick up. Hello? Francis Harper? A woman's voice I don't recognize. Yes? This is Sandra Reeves. I'm a social worker with County Services. I'm calling regarding your parents, Lawrence and Diane Harper. Are you their son? My stomach drops. I am. What's wrong? There's been an incident. Your father had a heart attack 3 days ago. He's in the hospital. Your mother listed you as emergency contact. We've been trying to reach you. My number is blocked on their phones. They can't call me directly. I see. Well, I'm calling to inform you of the situation. Your father is stable but needs significant care going forward. Your mother is requesting family support. I understand there's been a estrangement? Yes. A legal one. There's a settlement agreement that prohibits contact. Pause. I understand. I'm not asking you to violate any legal agreements. I'm just informing you of the medical situation. What you do with that information is your choice. After she hangs up, I sit there for a long time. The old me would have rushed to the hospital, would have put aside everything to help, would have taken on their problems as my own. But I'm not that person anymore. I call Gordon. My dad had a heart attack. A social worker just called. What do I do? What do you want to do? I don't know. Part of me feels guilty, like I should be there. And the other part? The other part remembers everything they did, everything they tried to do. The other part knows that if I go back, nothing will have changed. They'll still see me as a resource, as someone who exists to solve their problems. Then you have your answer, Francis. You can feel sympathy for their situation without making it your responsibility. You can hope your father recovers without being his caretaker. You can acknowledge they're your biological parents without letting them back into your life. All of those things can be true at the same time. I don't go to the hospital. I don't call. I don't send flowers. I do send a brief message through Sandra Reeves. I hope my father recovers fully. I'm not able to provide support given our history, but I wish him well. That's all I owe them. Well wishes from a distance. Tyler calls me later that day. Did you hear about Dad? Yeah. A social worker called me. Are you going to visit? No. Are you? I went once. To make sure he was okay. He's going to be fine. They'll need to make lifestyle changes, but he'll recover. Mom asked where you were. I told her you had your own life now. She cried. But Francis, her crying isn't your responsibility anymore. I know. It just feels weird. Not rushing to help, that's because you're a good person. But good people are allowed to have boundaries, especially with people who tried to destroy them. He's right. He's absolutely right. 2 months later, my dad is home from the hospital. I hear through Tyler that they're managing, that Amanda is helping occasionally, that they're figuring it out without me. Good. They should figure it out without me. I'm not their backup plan anymore. I'm not their emergency fund. I'm not their solution. I'm just Francis. Project manager, Lauren's boyfriend, Tyler's brother, Ruth's neighbor, Gordon's client turned friend, Marcus's childhood friend who he's rebuilding trust with. I'm just a guy who turned 28 and threw himself a party where people actually showed up. That's enough. That's more than enough. 3 years after my 27th birthday, Lauren and I move in together. A bigger apartment in a better neighborhood, 2 bedrooms, an actual dining room, a balcony with a view. Tyler helps us move. Gordon and his wife bring pizza. Marcus shows up with his new girlfriend. Ruth, who's become like a grandmother to both of us, brings cookies. We're building something real. Something that started from destruction and grew into creation. On my 30th birthday, we have a huge party. 35 people, co-workers and friends and chosen family. Lauren's parents, who've become like parents to me. Tyler, Gordon and his wife. Ruth, Jessica and her husband. Marcus and his girlfriend. Patricia, my old boss who's now a friend. The apartment is packed. There's laughter and music and actual joy. Lauren makes a toast. To Francis, who taught us all that family isn't about blood. It's about showing up. Happy birthday. Everyone cheers. I look around at these faces. These people who chose to be here. Who chose me. This is what I learned. Real family shows up. Not just on the good days, but especially on the hard ones. Not because they want something from you, but because they want good things for you. Not with conditions and price tags and manipulation, but with presence and support and love. I learned that setting boundaries isn't cruel. It's self-preservation. That walking away from toxic people isn't abandonment. It's survival. That you can't fix people who see you as a problem to solve or a resource to exploit. I learned that the people who truly love you will respect your no, will celebrate your yes, will show up when they say they will treat your time and your money and your heart with care. I learned that sometimes the strongest thing you can do is refuse to participate in your own destruction. That you can honor your past without letting it trap you. That you can acknowledge pain without letting it define you. Most importantly, I learned that your worth isn't determined by whether your biological family values you. It's determined by how you value yourself, by the standards you set, by the life you build, by the people you choose, and who choose you back. On my 30th birthday, surrounded by people who actually care, I finally understand what I needed to understand at 27. I am enough, exactly as I am, not because of what I can provide or how I can help or what I can sacrifice, just because I exist, just because I'm here. And that realization, more than anything else, was worth every painful moment of the journey to get here. The last cupcake sits on the counter, vanilla with chocolate frosting. Lauren made 40 of them, but 39 are already gone. I pick it up and take a bite. It tastes like victory, like freedom, like home. And that, it turns out, was the best birthday gift I could have given myself. Before I end this story, I want to ask you something. Have you ever had to set boundaries with family members who didn't respect you? How did you find the courage to put yourself first? Share your story in the comments. I'd love to hear how you handled it. And if this story resonated with you, Please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more real-life stories, and share this with someone who might need to hear it. Your support means everything and helps us keep bringing you these stories. Thank you for listening, and I hope you find the strength to stand up for yourself, just like I did. Remember, you deserve people who show up for you, not people who show up when they need something from you. Take care of yourself out there. You're worth it.